In channel design decisions, we need to also think about the economic criteria. We are saying in evaluating the alternatives, the two criteria is there. One is economic criteria, the second one is control and adaptive criteria. As you can see in the figure, this is called value adds versus cost of different channels. So this is the value addition of each of the channels and this is the cost per transaction. As you can see, internet is direct marketing channel. As you move ahead to direct sales channels, the cost is increasing. So this economic criteria is something which you need to consider as a producer to decide on the channel's numbers. To give you an example, a Booz Allen Hamilton brand, so they have studied that the average transaction of a full service branch cost a bank of $4.07, which is a phone transaction $0.54, ATM transaction $0.27, and typical online transaction cost only $0.01. In total, they cost $4.07 for a particular transaction. So this is the economic criteria. So as a brand, we need to think about this to reduce the cost, where you can focus on telemarketing internet rather than using stores or distributors. Or if you choose all of them, you need to come up with a balanced decision of efficient handling of these channels, also the cost. So now the other criteria is that comparing sales and cost. There is this another figure which is telling you the break-even point for sales force versus sales agencies. So you have this sales force and you have the sales agencies. Now, in handling them and sales and cost, you're also saying that actually there is one sales level which is this SB at which the selling cost for two channels are the same. So the sales agency is thus the better channel for any sales volume below SB, and the company sales branch is better at any sales volume above SB. So this is the information is saying you that this is the break even for Salesforce or sales agency. So if we use Salesforce, then we are saying that so the sales volume would be better if you use anything above SB, and for sales agency anything below SB. So these are you can decide for this uses of Salesforce or sales agency. Now this is important. We call it channel management decisions. So in channel management decisions, we are saying that these are the criteria to think about when you're designing or you're managing the channels. The first one is selecting channel members. So we know that we can add as many members as we want, but we need to evaluate them in terms of theirs, we need to select them in terms of their number of years in business, the growth and profit record, financial strength, cooperativeness, or service reputation they have. Based on this, we can decide on the number of channel members. Then training channel members. So the number of channel members we have, we need to also train and motivate them. So carefully implementing training and market research and other capability building program, we can motivate and improve intermediates' performances. So the company must constantly communicate that intermediaries are a crucial partner in a joint effort to satisfy end users of the product. So in training channel members, we are saying that the concept called channel power, because we need to control the channel members. So, in channel power, the first power is called coercive power, where the manufacturer threatens to withdraw a resource or terminate a relationship if the intermediaries fail to cooperate. So, this is coercive power. Then, reward power, where the manufacturer offers intermediaries an extra benefit for performing specific acts of functions. Then, legitimate power, where the manufacturer requests a behavior that is warranted under the contract. Then the expert power, where the manufacturer has special knowledge the intermediaries value. Once the intermediaries acquire this expertise, however, expert power weakens. So the manufacturer must continue to develop new expertise so intermediaries will want to continue cooperating. Lastly, referent power, where the manufacturer is so highly respected that intermediaries are proud to be associated with that. For example, companies such as IBM, Caterpillar, and HP has high referent power. Moving ahead to this channel partnership, we are saying in maintaining the partnership with the channel members, we need to focus on efficient customer response practices. Where we are saying it is in terms of three ways: demand side management, supply side management, enablers, and integrators. So in demand side management, the intermediaries are trying to stimulate consumer demand by promoting joint marketing and sales activities. In supply chain management or collaborative practices, it is actually focusing on optimizing supply with the actually joint with the focus on joint logistics and supply chain activities. But in enablers and integrators or collaborative information technology and process improvement tools to support joint activities that reduce operational problems and allow greater standardization. So these we can control the partnership, where in one way the partners are helping you to manage the demand. In another way, they help you to manage the supply, and also in one way you are controlling the technology or process improvement so that they reduce the operational problem or improve the standardization. Now you're saying in channel management decision, another criteria is called evaluating channel members. So we need to also evaluate channel members because it might be possible that some of the members are not performing well. So we need to set a goal for their performance in terms of sales quota attainment, average inventory level, customer delivery time, treatment of damaged and lost goods, and cooperation in promotional and training programs. So these way you can compare and can retain the one which is performing well, or we can reduce or drop the channel members who are not performing well. Modifying channel design and decision. So in modifying channel design decision, we're saying that it is actually adding or dropping the individual market channels or channel members based on their performance, or adding a totally new way to sell goods. So this is modifying channel design and arrangements. Then channel modification decisions. So in channel modification decision, we are saying that a producer must periodically review and modify its channel design and arrangements. The distribution channel may not work as planned. Consumer buying pattern change. The market expands. New competition arises. Innovative distribution channel emerge. The product moves into later stages in the product life cycle. So these are the reasons why channel modification decision is important. Now there are another one called global channel considerations. In global channel considerations, we are saying that international market is posing challenges, including variations in customer shopping habits, or the need to gain social acceptance or legitimacy among others. But opportunities do exist. For example, US retailers that the brand called Limited or The Gap. So they have become globally prominent. Also Dutch retailer Ahold and Belgian retailer Delhaize. They have earned almost two-thirds and three-quarters of their sales respectively in non-domestic market. So that's why we are saying in global channel, we need to also consider the shopping habits or the social acceptance of people in different markets. So this is the overall explanation of channel management decision, where you need to select the channel members, training them globally, what is happening in terms of channel decisions, evaluating the channel members to choose between them, or channel modification decision whether to add or drop or to add a new one, or modifying channel design whether to whether to actually uh, decide how many channels to add or how many is to drop. This is already explained. Now this is example of channel integration and system. Here we are saying in channel integration we have three options: conventional marketing system, vertical marketing system, and horizontal marketing system. So what is channel integration? We already explained that channel integration is actually combination or coordination of different channels into one and maintaining that to give customer seamless experience. In doing that, we are saying that concept called combination marketing system, which is often independent producer, wholesaler, retailer. So they actually a separate business seeking to maximize his own profits, even as goal reduces profit for the system as a whole. So this is the conventional marketing system where you have just on one producer, wholesaler, and retailer. But in vertical marketing system, we're saying it can be the producer, wholesaler, or retailer. So they are acting as a unified system. One channel member, so the channel captain, sometimes called a channel steward, owns or franchise the others or has so much power that they all cooperate. The stewards accomplish channel coordination without issuing commands or directives by persuading channel partners to act in the best practice or best interest of all. So in conventional marketing system, wholesaler, retailer, or the producer was performing as a separate business. But in vertical marketing system, they're performing as a one unified system. And in horizontal system, we're saying that two or more unrelated companies are putting together to exploit an emerging marketing opportunity. Because each company has lacks the capital, know-how, production, and marketing resources to venture alone, or they are afraid of the risk. So they are believing that the companies might work together on a temporary or permanent basis or create a joint venture company. So, for example, Citizens Bank has more than 500 branches in supermarkets, making up roughly one third of its branch network because they are actually having an arrangement with local bank to offer in-store banking. So this is the example of horizontal marketing where the supermarkets are having a coordination or arrangement with the bank to give customers payment service. This way they can reduce the risk or can can actually complement each other.